Oh, hi there. This is a solar roof vent. Well, let the fun begin, because it is here. New tools showed up today and the Max fan, so we are going to cut a big hole in the roof here in just a few minutes. Been measuring for the last hour or two, trying to decide where I want to put it, so I think I got it figured out. Still got to do a little more tweaking, but about ready to do this. So, I'll show you the plan here. Flip the camera around. I need a 14-inch cutout, so I made me a little template there to measure it out. This right here, if you can kind of see, is where the countertop's going to be. Come up top here, and that square right there is where I plan to put the vent. Now, I had a couple options here, but the only way I could make it work and fit my solar panels was to cut it right on the center line there and take one of the metal studs out. Should still be plenty strong. One nice thing about an ambulance is the roof is completely flat, so it should seal good. So once we get some holes drilled, we're going to drill through this, drill through the top so we can draw a square up there, come up with a jigsaw and get it cut out. All right, I got my safety glasses, so no yelling at me. Cutting this bottom metal here out, I gotta tilt the saw a little bit because the blade is just a hair bit too long. And after going to 3 stores, I couldn't find any jigsaw blade for metal long enough to cut it all in one swoop from the top. So we gotta cut the bottom piece out, then the top. That sounds terrible. Okay, change of plans. This cutting upside down stuff is no fun for a fat guy, so we're going to drill on through to the roof. Hopefully we get the holes lined up. We got a little bit of room for error, and go ahead and go up top and see if we can cut the hole from there. Going to do my best to keep the drill straight so my holes line up the top and they're not off too much. I've got probably 1/4 inch on each side to play with and still not have leaks, so got a little room for error, but don't want to use a whole lot. So here we go. See if this works. All right, up on the roof. Hopefully you can kind of see me up here, see what's going on. Got our 4 holes here. We measured out from the back. Got a car coming by here. But I measured out from the back to make sure I had 65 inches from where I want to be able to stack 2 300-watt solar panels. Those same panels are 39 inches wide, so I left 39 inches up here so I can run one vertical. Plan is to have 2 in the back, 1 centered long ways up front here. Should give me about 900 watts of solar when this thing's all set up. So I'm going to find out if this lines up, see what happens. Looks like I got my holes here pretty close. One's off a little, but it's on the inside, so it won't make any difference. May have to try something different. Let's go ahead and get cut out what we can. May have to come back with a metal saw on my big reciprocating saw and cut it the rest of the way out. And there's a big hole in my roof. And I may be deaf from now on. That was loud. All right, tools of the trade now. Dicor lap sealant. Butyl tape. Butyl tape goes around the base that goes up top. Once you get it screwed down, lap sealant seals the rest of it. So let's get back up on the roof, get the rest of the parts up there, and see if we can't finish installing this thing. Got the top cleaned off. Got the parts up here. Butyl tape is already on the flange piece, so we just got to get it put in. Drill the pilot holes for the stainless steel screws that it comes with. Get it tacked down. Okay, only a few steps left. One, take our handy little scraper here and see if we can get rid of the excess butyl tape here around the edges. This stuff is super nasty and tacky. It's exactly what you want. All right, now that that's done, got to take our self-leveling lap sealant here. Which I ordered in white and they sent me black, but it really shouldn't matter. And seal around the whole thing. You want to seal around all the screw heads. Now in the front, we're just going to cake it on, because if we're going to get a leak, it's going to be where the wind blows. Let that stuff work as magic, and carefully going to try and put this thing on without getting covered in lap sealant here. And this is the last step. Make sure to feed our wires down. I did read this is easier to do. If you open it first, make sure all the sides push down on the seal there. Now we've got 4 screws to go on the sides. Lap sealant is sealing up, leveling out nicely, so the final step, the most satisfying of all of them. And that's it. Now tomorrow, we get it wired up. All right, it's the next day and we have this thing all wired up. So this model is the 7500K Maxxair fan. Does come with a remote. One of the features I wanted on this one. And show you how it works. You can just power it button. See the lid lift there and the fan kicks on. It is really quiet on the lower speeds. That's at 20%. Has 10 speeds, so it goes up to 100 in 10% increments. It can blow in or out. You can close the lid and use it as like a ceiling fan or use it to vent. It also has a thermostat you can set to automatically turn itself on until it cools down to a certain temperature and then not. So give you some noise levels here. You can hear it over cars passing and stuff here. And remember, this is a fan test in a completely empty metal box, so everything is kind of amplified. So there's 10%. That's the fan noise at 50%. And there's the fan noise at 100%. Turn it off. Shuts off the fan, closes the lid. So that's an idea how it works. This thing really does move a lot of air. I think it's going to make a huge difference in this box. Once I get some insulation in, I'll really be able to tell. So that's where we're at now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.